Okay, so welcome to another video. I'm going to continue with my top 10 series. This is going to be my top 10 favourite games for the PlayStation 2. And holy hell, this was really hard to choose from. You know, because I ended up going a bit crazy and ended up getting like 28 games out. So trying to cut that down to 10, it wasn't the easiest task in the world. But I just managed to do it. So yeah guys, again, this is in no particular order, it's just my top 10. I'm going to tell you my favourite PS2 game. But apart from that, it's in no particular order. Again, no sports games, no compilations, one game per franchise. So before we get on with the video guys, I'm going to mention a few sports games. I'm going to say FIFA 2005, which was just a real blast to play back in the day. It looked really good, played really good, and yeah, I was a big fan of FIFA 2005. As for wrestling games, I would say SmackDown Here Comes the Pain. Just an absolutely fantastic game. You know, it was the first wrestling game I played as Brock Lesnar, so, you know, and the guy was an absolute beast to play as. He was way overpowered. And Here Comes the Pain, but he was a great guy to play as. And the gameplay was just so bloody fantastic. Just after that was probably SmackDown vs Raw 2006. Just absolutely loved the roster. I thought it was a great roster for its time, and I just loved the GM mode in 2006. As for other games, Tiger Woods PGA Tour 2004, favourite golf game of all time, just an absolute blast to play. And as for compilations, we have the Sonic Mega Collection Plus, which obviously has all the Sega Mega Drive Sonic games on it. You know, it's just a real blast, great collection. The Capcom Classics Collection, the Midway Arcade Treasures, and Teatro Legends 2. All just absolutely fantastic compilations. But for me, they're based on like arcade games or, you know, Mega Drive games, so I don't think it would be fair to put it in the top 10 of PS2 games. So anyways, yeah, that's the little mentions out of the way. So let's get on with the top 10. First of all, guys, my favourite game for the PS2, and it is Resident Evil 4. In my opinion, easily my favourite Resident Evil game on the PS2. Just after this, I would say it's probably Code Veronica X. And another great game. But for me guys, easily the best Resident Evil game on PS2 is Resident Evil 4. This was the game where a lot of people say Resident Evil went downhill, because they decided to go for, you know, to get rid of the whole survivor horror thing and turn it into like an action game. So this game, you could say, killed Resident Evil, or killed the survivor horror kind of style of Resident Evil. But for me, this game was just out of this world, you know what I mean? It got so many awards. Got 10 out of 10s, 97%, 10 out of 10s. A game that most people consider almost perfect. And, you know, they're not wrong, guys. You know, when I first played this, I was addicted to it as hell. I loved how you like killed enemies and they would drop ammo, and you could like save up money to like upgrade your weapons and stuff. For this, you know, for its time, it was just absolutely brilliant. It was the first, you know, first Resident Evil game to have anything like that, upgrading weapons and that. So yeah, it was just an absolute blast. I was really addicted to it, kept completing it over and over again. What can I say, you know, characters are great, you know, Leon, Ashley, Krauser, Lord Sadler, Salazar, Lewis, Sarah, all great characters. If you've played Resident Evil 4, you know what I mean. Great characters, great boss fights, great like locations and setting, like enemies and that, just absolutely great. And yeah guys, absolute blast to play. Love pretty much every minute of it. Apart from Krauser at first, because he was bloody difficult. A really difficult fight. But now obviously I've completed it quite a lot of times. I can, you know, beat him quite easily. But he was a pain in the arse the first time. But yeah, Resident Evil 4. Out of this world, guys. Out of this world. And it's my third favourite Resident Evil game of all time, just after 3 and 2. So, let's get on with the next one. Sticking with Capcom, we have got Devil May Cry 3. Dante's Awakening. Again, it was quite hard to choose the Devil May Cry game as well, because 1's great as well. The original Devil May Cry is fantastic. 2 was just bloody awful. Let's just not mention 2. But 3, in my opinion, just edges it. In my opinion, the best Dante character. Really badass, really humorous, and the fights with Virgil were just, you know, they were just bloody mind-blowing. Really, really good fights. I loved every fight with Virgil. Easily the best fights in any Devil May Cry game, in my opinion. So there we go. There's the back. Yeah, it's just absolutely fantastic, guys. You know, I mean, the weapons you could get were really cool. You get a guitar that can like fire bats. You've got like this chain thing called Cerberus. You can have two swords, Agni and Rudra. You can have Dante's, you know, normal sword, Rebellion. And what else was there? Beowulf. There was like these like gauntlet things. Put them up. But no, just an absolute great game, guys. You know, everything about the game is absolutely fantastic. You know, it's, for me, it's the best Devil May Cry game. So it's in my top 10. The next game I have could be my favourite racing game of all time. And it is Gran Turismo 4. What a great game, guys. For me, again, really close between Gran Turismo 3 and Gran Turismo 4. Both amazing games. But the thing that wins it for me for this game is not only could you buy like new cars, you could also buy second-hand cars as well. After like, each race, basically the used cars would like, you know, randomise. So every time you went into it after each race, you would, you know, see new cars. And for me that was just absolutely fantastic, you know. There were so many cars, so many different tracks. There was like rally races and things as well, which was, I believe, a first for Gran Turismo. Could be wrong, but I don't think Gran Turismo 3 had rally races. Again, I could be wrong, don't quote me on it. But for me, guys, the amount of content in this game was just absolutely fantastic. And that is why, for me, I'm putting it as my favourite Gran Turismo game. Scott, you can see 700 cars, 50 tracks. For me, just an absolute fantastic, you know, package. Great content. I mean, you've even got like bloody classic cars, like old Fords and things. Just an absolute blast, it really is. So, yeah, Gran Turismo 4, brilliant game, guys. Next game is a bit of an oddity, I suppose. Not many people would put this in their top 10, but I'm putting it in my top 10. Because this was the first bloody PS2 game I ever played. It was, Mum's boyfriend had it. You know, this was when I had a PS1. And I was visiting my mum and said her boyfriend's got a PS2. And we ended up playing this game, Mum's boyfriend and me. And holy shit. And, you know, considering, guys, I'd never played or seen a PS2 game, I was like, holy shit. And it is True Crime Streets of LA. A lot of people hate this game. I just don't know why, guys. I've got both True Crime games, and I like them both. This game for me is definitely better. It's got the best, you know, character. Not got as much content as the second game, but for me, guys, it is the better in the True Crime games, in my opinion. I believe Sleeping Dogs on the PS3 is actually based on like True Crime. I think it was originally going to be, you know, True Crime 3, basically. I mean, Sleeping Dogs was fantastic, you know, because it had so many similarities to this game. And for me, I just loved it. You know, the fighting in this game was fantastic, the shooting was fantastic, driving was fantastic. A bit glitchy at times, but for me, the enjoyability of the game overcomes the glitches. You know, I just absolutely loved it, guys. And I mean, it could be just because it was the first PS2 game that I played, and it just blew my mind. But there's something about this game, guys, just brilliant. Nick Khan, great character. I mean, he's got cheesy lines, but he's such a funny character. And I just loved how the game had so many different gameplay styles between, you know, running, shooting, driving, you know, fighting. You know, it was always just a great experience, in my opinion. 3 different like paths you could go, depending on whether you're a good cop or a bad cop. So you can get like 3 different endings. In my opinion, guys, great game. Absolutely love True Crime Streets of LA. And again, not many people would do this, but I'm putting this in my top 10. Yes, I am. Next game is another game that I was really addicted to when I first got it. It could have been better, but it's still absolutely fantastic. And it is Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. Quite a rare game. I think it's like, what, £18 maybe on eBay? Great game though, really is. I mean, obviously when I was younger, I still am, big fan of Jurassic Park, big fan of dinosaurs, and the fact, and I mean, you know, I was a big fan of like Roller Coaster Tycoon and Theme Park World and that back in the day, and the fact that you could build like a theme park, but in, you know, in a Jurassic Park kind of world, it just appealed to me instantly. I thought this game is gonna be just absolutely fantastic. And it was. You know, I mean, looking at it now, there's a few different things it could have done. I mean, you could only like have like, I don't know, 8 or 9 different types of dinosaurs, when in the game there's like, I don't know, 20 different types of dinosaurs wrong. But I think it was because of disk space. So like in each park you have to like, you know, decide which area you wanted to unlock, and each area's got like different dinosaurs. So you couldn't have every single, you know, dinosaur species in your park that's in the game. You could only have about maybe half of them, or maybe just under half of the dinosaur species. So for me that was a bit, you know, I mean they could have done it a lot better, but I think it's just because of disk space. I mean, you can see it's Bow Disc, which is just like a CD. So they just didn't have enough, you know, disk space to do that. But I think you could probably do that on the PC. I think you can mod it and stuff on the PC. But again, try and get this on the PC. I think it's like £40. Bloody expensive. But anyway guys, yeah, Jurassic Park Operation Genesis, in my opinion, great game. And when I was younger, hugely addicted to it. So, my top 10, definitely. Oh, this next game blew my mind. It blew my mind. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, the first thing that really drew me to this game was the cover. You know, I mean, you shouldn't really judge a game by its cover, just like a book. You shouldn't judge a book by its cover. But the cover looked really, really good. But not only that, the concept of the game sounded absolutely fantastic. And you can see this says Kingdom Hearts 2. Sadly, I couldn't really get into the first game. I don't know, there's just something about the first game I wasn't really a big fan of. I played this one first, so I don't know if that's got anything to do with it. I'm going to say right now guys, the first 3 hours of this game were quite crap. You know, it was really, really slow paced, really boring, but once you're like over the 3 hour point and you start to go into the Disney worlds, holy hell, this game was just absolutely fantastic. I mean, the thought of an action RPG set in the Disney world, you know, it was just absolutely fantastic. It was quite orgasmic to think about. You can see the back there. I mean, you can go into like, you know, you can go into the Lion King world, Beauty and the Beast, you know, Pirates of the Caribbean, Hercules, like Mickey Mouse. You can go into all these different worlds, and holy hell, it was brilliant. I mean, having like Simba and that by your side, fighting off the Heartless, or siding with Hercules, or, you know, the Beast. It was just absolutely fantastic, you know, it was just a great game. It really was, guys, and that is why Kingdom Hearts 2, I'm going to say easily, makes my top 10. I'm still waiting to get the Kingdom Hearts, is it 2.5 remix for the PS3? Which is this game, but obviously, you know, remastered in HD. I'm really going to get that at some point. If I get that, I'll probably still keep this, because I love the cover, it's bloody awesome. But yeah, Kingdom Hearts 2, guys, what a game. I really need to play through it. I mean, I've only completed it once, but I was a huge fan of it. And yeah, I'm definitely going to get the remix on PS3 and play through it again. Just like, you know, it's a real blast, it really, really is. The only thing I didn't like was that bloody guy with the water dance. He was a flipping pain in the arse. And I was glad when I finally kicked him to the curb. He was a pain in the backside. Anyway, moving on. Next game we have is a Rockstar game. And it was probably like the most brutal game I've ever played. It was dark, it was a bit creepy, it was really tense, and it was Manhunt. I mean, even look at that cover, you know bum and shit's going down when you see that cover. So you play as this guy called Cash, and basically it's kind of like kill or be killed kind of thing. You've got to sneak up on guys with knives and stab them. And look at these guys, man. These guys are Look at them. Blooming sinister, man. So, yeah, you can like sneak up on enemies and like put like plastic bags over their head, or you can like knife them, or basically have a bottle and like stab them in the face with a broken bottle. Again, guys, absolutely brutal. I think it got banned in the UK. And people are like, you know, playing this and getting like ideas of, you know, hunting people down in real life and stabbing people and, you know, putting glass in their face and that. You know, it's not good, you know, so I think that's probably why it got banned. I've got the second game. I've not put too much time into it, but it doesn't feel anywhere near as good as this. For me, the whole, you know, atmosphere and that of this game, in my opinion, was better. But yeah, guys, Manhunt, just absolutely brutal. It really was. But yeah, great game. Absolutely loved Manhunt. My favourite Rockstar game, I'd probably say, is Manhunt. Either that or Red Dead Redemption. Not really sure. Both great games. And speaking of Rockstar, sticking with Rockstar, I'm going with Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Right, for me, I'm putting this on the list, but I'm not sure if it is my favourite, you know, Grand Theft Auto game. I love Vice City. I've just not completed it. So I just felt it would be a bit of an injustice to put Vice City in instead of this if I've not actually completed it. For me, the character and the setting of that of Vice City just, for me, it feels better, you know. But for me, it's just still an absolutely fantastic game, you know. It really is. First Grand Theft Auto game I ever completed, and it's only the second Grand Theft Auto game I've completed. I completed Grand Theft Auto 4 and this. It was the first one I completed. But yeah, it does have like so much content. I mean, you could like make like CJ fat if you wanted, your main character. You could just like eat tons and tons of, you know, chicken from Cluckenbell. You could just eat tons and tons of chicken, and you would end up seeing your character get fat. And if you wanted to lose that, you'd have to like work out in the gym and stuff. For me, there's just a hell of a lot of content. I mean, like later on in the game, you could like go to like casinos and that, which, you know, was just absolutely fantastic. And you get like girlfriends and that. You know, it was a really, really good game. And that's why I'm going to put this in my top 10. Again, guys, not sure if I prefer this or Vice City. Again, I need to play through Vice City at some point, and just to see which game I actually prefer. But for me, guys, Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, you know, it is still a great game. And yeah, it's my top 10 as well. Now it's the last game. I've just got a bit of a thing for this game. You know, I really wish to like make more games like this, because this has to be like one of the scariest games I've ever played. Again, really, really tense, really atmospheric, really bumming creepy. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, guys, it gave me the shivers. And because you couldn't defend yourself, you could run away from like enemies and that, but you couldn't actually defend yourself very well. But it is Haunting Ground, which has had to make the top 10. This game for me, guys, is a hidden gem. I'm quite sad, you know, that it's rare. It's like, you know, 14, 15 pound. I really wish this game was sold better, because this game, guys, deserves to be played by a hell of a lot more people. If you like the idea of running away from enemies and hiding under beds and things, and not really having anything to defend yourself apart from Huey, the dog, because he can like attack enemies and that. If you like the sound of that, I would highly recommend Haunting Ground. This game is just blooming dark and scary. It really, really is. You get chased by these like psychos or lunatics, whatever the hell you want to call them. There's like 5 or 6 different enemies in the game. You have to run away from them, and you have to use the dog to basically protect you. He'll like bite the enemy and distract them while you basically try and hide. Because you don't have a gun or anything. If you unlock the game, you can get a special costume where you can get a gun, but for me that doesn't, you know, it kind of ruins the game having a gun. I just want to, you know, run away from enemies, because that's the way the game's meant to be played. But not just the fact running away from enemies and that, not just that that's scary. It's the fact that it's basically what the guys want to do to you. Because I mean, you play as Fiona, who's quite, you know, she's quite a nice looking girl, and basically they want her ass off, which is basically her womb. There's this guy in the game later in the game called Ricardo, he has a gun, and he's quite bloody difficult to, hide from. And he wants your womb. So basically, he can be granted like eternal life. So yeah, it's really kind of dark and a bit creepy. But for me, guys, that just adds to the game. The bloody enemies wanting your woman womb. It's quite bumming, creepy thing to think about. And that, for me, that's just what adds to the whole, experience of the game. Not only do you not want to be killed, you don't want them getting access to your womb, basically. It's difficult to explain, but it's just an absolutely fantastic game. Like I say, guys, I really wish, more people knew about this, especially like horror fans. This game is fantastic. It really, really is. So yeah, Haunting Ground for me, a real hidden gem. And yeah, it definitely makes the top 10. Okay, so welcome to the continuation of my top 10 PS2 games. Now, I just stopped making the video and I realised I made a bit of a balls up. I've totally forgot about this game. The reason being is because I've never actually had it on the PS2. I played it on the PS3. But since it is originally a PS2 game, I've decided to obviously include it on this list. And it is this game in the middle, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. For me, guys, it's very close to being my favourite Metal Gear Solid game of all time. For me, Metal Gear Solid 1 is slightly better, but the reason why I love Metal Gear Solid 3 so much is because basically I loved the whole location, how you were in the jungle, you had to kill snakes and frogs and that, basically to eat, so you didn't starve and die, and you had to sneak into enemy camps and that, and steal bandages, basically to heal yourself. And steal ammunition and weapons and stuff. For me, it was just a really, really, really good experience. I loved how they turned it from a stealth game into a stealth/survival game. So in my opinion, it was just a really, really good game, Metal Gear Solid 3. So that is why basically, guys, I've had to include this at the end of my top 10. I'm going to have to edit this video to basically chop out a game that I've put on my top 10. Because this should be my top 10 because I loved it so much. So you guys will have a clue what I've cut out, because I'm going to cut out that footage. So yeah, I just had to add this in, guys, because this game, Metal Gear Solid 3, was just absolutely fantastic. And like I say, second favourite game in the whole Metal Gear Solid series. So yeah, it's got to be on my top 10 PS2 games. So anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you've enjoyed this top 10. Let me know what your top 10 is, or let me know if you've got a favourite game, or maybe even a favourite, 3 or 4 games. Just let me know, guys. Do you agree with any of the choices that I've made? Do you disagree with any of them? Do you not like some of the games that I've chosen? Yeah, guys, just let me know, and I'll catch you all in the next video. And I'll probably have the PS3, or top 10 PS3 games out, probably next week. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and I'll catch you all later.